So welcome back to the channel. In preparation for the 6th job, I am currently testing out a couple of maps that I want to grind in. And today I'll be sharing my setup to bite farm in Shangri-La's Spring 2 with Erda Fountain. First off, this is another rotation that makes heavy use of the pet jump-off mechanic. Having a VAC pet continuously jump off the ledge can be crucial to optimize your loot rotation. In my last video I showed off how we can abuse this behavior in BLD3 in Odium, and today we're gonna explore the same mechanic in Spring 2. In this map, I found it the most useful to let the VAC pet loot the right side of the map, which means we have to equip it as the third pet, and while it loots the right side, I will be focusing on looting the left part of the map while I'm replacing Erda Fountain. So to start things off, you want to get into the proper position in order to have your pet jump off constantly. This can be super finicky and, depending on the map, extremely frustrating to set up correctly. Spring 2 is rather difficult in that sense, especially in comparison to BLD3 in Odium or Theater 1 in Hotel Arcus. I couldn't find a 100% reliable setup that works every time, but what I've landed on is to start in the very left corner of the map, backstep until you are below the middle platform, and then just tap the right arrow key and upjump into your starting position. You will always return to this position no matter what, because we will be using Greater Dark Servant to return to this exact position every time. Even in this showcase, I didn't manage to get into the perfect position on my first try because I didn't move right enough, but still, I managed to correct this after the first loot rotation. For me personally, I wanted to figure out whether or not it makes more sense to farm in Odium while one-shotting versus farming in Shangri-La while only two-shotting the mobs here with my bets. Doing these 6-minute battle analysis tests can help you find your own personal best map to farm in, and I would definitely recommend you do these tests before committing to a map for hours and hours on end. So let me just forward through the rest of the footage here until we get to the end of the test. If you're just wondering, I'm using a 4-second cooldown head in this video. As you can see, we end up at roughly 16k mobs an hour, basically the same mob count as I reached in Odium in BLD3, but the crucial difference here is the VAC pet setup, because it will loot more mesos in this map, and that in the end will mean that I will be getting more Soul Erda in this map. As well as, of course, the mobs in Shangri-La will give a little bit more experience, so it's also worth to grind here in that sense. I'm also unequipping my pets here just to show off what the VAC pet does not loot, and as you can see, it's really not a lot of the map. If you still want to loot this part of the map, you can, after down jumping, just use up on the teleport to the right side, then use up again, down jump, place Erda Fountain, and continue out from there. And yeah, that basically does it for this video. I will be committing to farming in Spring 2 from here on out. I get the best rates here, at least until I put some points into the Shadow Bite enhancement and the cooldown goes down. Then I will have to figure out in which maps I want to grind from there on out. Hope you enjoyed this test, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.